energizing your soul through the inspired Word of God. This is your daily devotional reading.
Our Daily Bread, a Great Religious Awakening. July 20th, the widespread preaching of the Advent message. Tell it to every kindred and nation, tell it far and near. Earth's darkest night will fade with the dawning, Jesus will soon appear. Nations again in strife and commotion, warnings by the way. Signs in the heavens, unerring omens, herald the glorious day. Hail him, the King of glory, once the Lamb for sinners slain. Tell the wondrous story, Jesus comes to reign. The widespread preaching of the Advent message. And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Mark chapter 16, verse 15. Thus he persevered in his labors until the message of the judgment had been carried to a large part of the habitable globe. Among Jews, Turks, Parsees, Hindus, and many other nationalities and races, he distributed the word of God in these various tongues, and everywhere heralded the approaching reign of the Messiah. In his travels in Bokhara, he found the doctrine of the Lord's soon coming held by a remote and isolated people. The Arabs of Yemen, he says, are in possession of a book called Seera, which gives notice of the second coming of Christ and his reign in glory, and they expect great events to take place in the year 1840. In Yemen, I spent 6 days with the children of Rechab. They drink no wine, plant no vineyard, sow no seed, and live in tents, and remember good old Jonadab, the son of Rechab, and I found in their company children of Israel of the tribe of Dan, who expect with the children of Rechab the speedy arrival of the Messiah in the clouds of heaven. A similar belief was found by another missionary to exist in Tartary. A Tatar priest put the question to the missionary as to when Christ would come the second time. When the missionary answered that he knew nothing about it, the priest seemed greatly surprised at such ignorance in one who professed to be a Bible teacher and stated his own belief, founded on prophecy, that Christ would come about 1844. As early as 1826, the Advent message began to be preached in England. The movement here did not take so definite a form as in America. The exact time of the Advent was not so generally taught, but the great truth of Christ's soon coming in power and glory was extensively proclaimed. And this, not among the dissenters and nonconformists only. Morant Brock, an English writer, states that about 700 ministers of the Church of England were engaged in preaching this gospel of the kingdom. The message pointing to 1844 as the time of the Lord's coming was also given in Great Britain. Advent publications from the United States were widely circulated. Books and journals were republished in England. And in 1842, Robert Winter, an Englishman by birth who had received the Advent faith in America, returned to his native country to herald the coming of the Lord. Many united with him in the work, and the message of the judgment was proclaimed in various parts of England. In South America, in the midst of barbarism and priestcraft, Lacunza, a Spaniard and a Jesuit, found his way to the Scriptures and thus received the truth of Christ's speedy return. Impelled to give the warning, yet desiring to escape the censures of Rome, he published his views under the assumed name of Rabbi ben Ezra, representing himself as a converted Jew. Lacunza lived in the 18th century, but it was about 1825 that his book, having found its way to London, was translated into the English language. Its publication served to deepen the interest already awakening in England in the subject of the Second Advent. This passage was taken from the Great Controversy, pages 361 through 363. Our Daily Bread, July 20th. The protest continues.
I encourage you to be ye doers of the word and not hearers only. Thank you for listening, and be sure to join us tomorrow for your daily devotional reading.